Look at this. I'm chained. I'm chained down. And what is this? This is someone else. This is some negative person who's chaining me down. And it's like, I can't even do anything that I want to do for no reason. There's like this eye of judgment upon me all the time. And I know every single move that I make is going to be interrupted by this annoying freaking voice. Blah, 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 blah. You did that one wrong. You did that one wrong. Shut the frick up. Right? And it's like, even if they're not even literally there, this person's negative energy is chaining you down. And even when you're trying to break free from it, you get so pissed off about all the time up to now. Like, when you really open that third eye, you realize that you can just see how much someone's negative energy has affected you over the whole time of your relationship with them, or living with them, or working with them, or whatever. And then that sets you off again. So it's like this loop of like getting exhausted, getting pissed off. And you just want to cut the chain off and live freely and not be affected by it anymore. Well, let me tell you something. I have the key. I have the key right here. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to open the eye. Sometimes it's difficult. But we can get out. Oh, I did it. We can break free and say, I do what I want, when I want. And I feel how I want to feel. And even if I feel like crap, it's not tying me down. I can feel like crap and keep fighting and keep winning. I can win here. I can win there. Okay? Now this is a magically charged hypnosis video designed so that you can block yourself and create a magical force field blocking yourself from the negative energies of people who may be around you. They may just be in your energetic field, and you will cut and block and delete. Even if you still have to deal with them on a daily basis, their energy is not going to affect you anymore. And you don't have to do any rituals. You don't have to do any, I need to learn all this esoteric. No, none of that is necessary. Everything is in the power of your mind. You can just decide to block people. I saw this episode of, or I didn't see the episode. I saw a clip of Black Mirror or something. I've never even seen that show actually. But they had this thing. It's like a dystopian future show, and then you can block people. But it doesn't actually block them. It just makes them kind of invisible or staticky. And so people are having domestic violence dispute sort of thing, and then block their abuser so that you can't hear what they're saying or you can't see what they're doing, but they're still physically there, attacking you, which is the stupidest thing. This is actually more like the state of them affecting you, because their negative energy handicaps you. And you can feel how it does this. It handicaps you, so it kind of blinds you. Even though you're aware, even though you're lucid about who they are, what they're doing, in the moment, it's letting it affect you physically. When you're open to their energy is physically negatively affecting you. Even though you got them blocked, you got them looking like a kind of fuzzy shadow monster. So it's like you can see who they are, that they're soulless, that they're not really there. However, that's not really helping you, is it? That's not really helping. So instead of that, we are going to actually turn this handcuff around and chain them down. This is a binding. This is a binding spell. Now, whoever you're thinking of, and it can't even be multiple people, whose energy is negatively affecting you and making you feel like in every moment you can't just like do what you want to do. You're like sitting before this panel of judges, even if it's just one person. So right now we are binding them down and getting rid of their annoying freaking criticism for good. It will never affect you again. We are cutting it off. We are blocking, but for real, not in the Black Mirror way, because that way is fake and dumb. And so, there's nothing you have to do. You already know how to block people. You already know how to block their negative energy. People always go searching, oh, what is the ritual for this? What is the ritual for that? Or what is the psychologically thing to do? They want fortunes. They want tarot cards. Or if you're like a rational person, oh, what's the neuroscience on this? Blah, blah, blah. None of that is necessary. You already know exactly what to do, actually. The whole point is just not blocking yourself from doing that out of some feeling of like obligation of doing the right thing. That is what chains people down, actually. Is not the negative energies of the other person, but it's this feeling like you have to allow to be a member of society. There's some level of sharing of the energies that we just have to do. How can I just deny someone their humanity of being able to affect my emotions with their emotions? Actually, you're not responsible for anyone's emotions at all. Unless you're committing actual crimes against them. And we live in a society, and let's not do that. And unless you're actually hurting someone who doesn't deserve to be hurt, but you know deep inside that you aren't doing that. It's not in your nature to do that. And giving someone who is constantly cursing you with their negative energy the apathy and the, ignoring them that they deserve, there's nothing wrong with that. That actually is justice. And justice is the same thing as mercy. And you are actually being merciful to the entire order. It's not, this one person is not the world, this one person is not God, this one person is not everyone. Okay? They are one little speck. They are one little speck, and actually we should treat that little speck with due responsibility for everything else. So, but I'm a good person. I'm a kind person. I'm not the kind of ruthless. And then you go back to saying, well, actually, maybe I should just give it all up and be a ruthless 4D, 5D chess calculator strategizer. And then you go back to being, I'm a sweet, natural, sensitive, romantic, blah, blah, blah. Actually, none of this bullshit. None of this bullshit. And I know I'm just rambling, but it's activating in your subconscious mind exactly the way that you know you want to be, because you are on the timeline where you become the exact type of person that you already are, that you're supposed to be, if you just remember that you are not responsible for making the negative Debbie Downer freaking self-righteous nagging person into someone else, or like satisfying, or like sharing the space with them, sharing a part of yourself. You can block them and then actually be more open to other people. This is actually the same function. You can give more of yourself to the real society when you cut off the society of the nya-nya-nya-nya-nyas. Okay? And it's not even mean to them. They'll be fine. They're always fine. They'll always be fine. How do you know they're always going to be fine? Well, don't they say it? They know everything. They're always right. You're always wrong. So, let them be right. Let them be right by themselves. You don't need to help them. They're always right about everything. You're always mean. You're always bad. You're always blah, blah, blah. Let it be that way for them. Why would you have to save them? Why would you have to help them? Why would you have to show them? Why would you have to teach them? They're already perfectly correct. They're the most correct person who ever lived. Are they even a person? I think they're literally God. So what does God need from you? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You are A-okay. Literally just effing off from their entire essence, existence, from their whole memory could be wiped to feel. They are always correct. They are always fine. And I know out of the deep abundance of goodwill in their heart will even forgive you, even if you are so abusive to them, because they are such a good and correct and honest and perfect person that you can just completely F off from them forever in your heart, even if you're in front of them. Even if you dehumanize them in front of their very eyes, even if they see exactly how you dehumanize them in front of their eyes, and they say, oh, this hurts my soul. Well, they are so correct. They are so perfect. They are so in alignment. And you are so wrong that they're going to be just fine because as they know, as they say, they always have all the right answers. And if anything, aren't you interrupting them by giving them this task of correcting? How about let's just relieve them of that duty and just cut off completely? And that is what we are going to do. They can be fine, even just by themselves in the complete void, in the complete abyss. Let's just put them in the abyss, where they belong, for now and forevermore. As it was, as it is, and as it ever shall be in the ages of ages. Amen.